let's get into it. Let's start off with the Powerpuff Girls live action. We all watched that.
The leaked trailer.
Yeah.
That was an absolute dumpster fire. That's one of those things that's so bad, you have to share it so other people can revel in the misery along with you.
Yeah, you shared it with us, and that, I was offended.
I was offended by it, so I had to make sure other people saw the offensive nature of that video.
Jazz is like, what are you watching? And I sent it to her, and when she was done, she was like, why did you send this to me? And I'm like,
you asked.
We all got to watch it now. But as a person, I'm not gonna say I love the CW, but I've watched a few of their shows. The Arrowverse.
The Arrowverse was very good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. So to see that is, wow. Am I glad that was canceled?
Yeah. I rather watch Brokeback Mountain again than watch that trailer. Yeah. I watched it once, and actually, it was a good movie. I thought it was a good movie. But
I've never seen it. I don't know.
I'd rather watch that movie. It's a movie that I watched once. I don't need to see it again, but I'd rather watch Brokeback Mountain again than watch that trailer.
So everything was just bad about it.
Absolutely
everything. But here's the thing: it was so bad that if it came out, I would watch it.
No.
I know I would.
No.
I know I would. I would just throw it on just to be like, whatever it is, what it is. Just to.
So Tim, you know my feelings on this. I'd rather watch High Tension.
Yeah, because you hate that movie.
That is by far the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
That was those two girls, and I like that Super High. Was that movie where they was like super high on like? What was High Tension?
High Tension was like a indie. I think it was French nature. It was in English, but I think it was made by a French movie studio or whatever. It was supposed to be a horror movie where a girl went with her friend back to her parents' place for her college break, one of their breaks, spring break, summer break, whatever it was. And the killer breaks in, kills the girl's family, takes the girls whose family house they went to captive, and the friend is fighting back, trying to get her friend back.
Okay.
And when you've seen the trailer, it seems like kind of a typical horror movie, what you'd expect to see. And I remember my father-in-law got us tickets to see that movie for free. That movie was so bad, I felt I wasted my money and the tickets were free.
So the movie I was thinking of is called Fall.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know.
They were like super high off the ground or on like some, I don't know what the frick they were on. That's the movie I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, no, High Tension. What upset me the most is watching it. It was your standard slasher flick, but they tried to add a twist at the end that made the whole movie completely irrelevant and nonsensical.
So what you're saying is it'll make your top 10 worst movies?
It's probably number one.
Mine would be The Last Airbender because I paid to see that.
I never watched it, so I can't put that on the list.
I will refuse to watch any M. Night Shyamalan movie since.
Yeah, I've heard that movie was horrifically bad, but I've never seen it, and I never plan to.
Yeah,
so yeah, High Tension would be at the very top of my list of worst movies I've ever seen.
I'm just saying, this Powerpuff Girls trailer, it was so bad. Like, it would be something that I'd be like, look, I know I'm not going to enjoy this, but let me just put it on.
There's no way in hell I'm putting that across my eyes and into my ears.
I like Donald Faison. I liked him a lot in Scrubs when he was Turk, but him as Professor Utonium, nah.
I just call him Black Scrubs.
Black Scrubs.
I just call him
I couldn't do it. And then the Mojo, what the hell was that?
Mojo and JoJo.
That is terrible.
Are two separate people.
And one's a kid.
One's a kid. And he becomes the mayor.
Where's Miss Bellum?
Where's the actual mayor?
Yeah, where's the actual mayor? That was just bad.
So terrible. Bubbles is an alcoholic. Really?
A drunk.
Really?
The nicest of the Powerpuff
The nicest
Girls,
of
the sweetest of them.
You would think the one that would go on benders would be Buttercup.
Right.
Rage benders, yeah.
Yeah, she just be the angry drunk type.
Absolutely.
Bubbles. Come on now. No. Everything about that just hurt my soul.
I will say her saying in the trailer, like, oh, let's not forget that cartoon that whitewashed us. That was funny.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's terrible. It was terrible.
It was not funny because it's not true. Bitch, the cartoon came first and it was great. Yeah. Don't you dare disrespect the original cartoon. Don't you dare. Now, if they want to talk trash about the remake that came out that was not good, okay.
So that's originally what I thought you were sending us. Like, no. When you was like, oh, Powerpuff Girls, I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I heard the remake wasn't that good, but how bad could it be? And then I clicked into it. I'm like, what is this? And I should have known, because when you first sent the video and I didn't get to watch it, and I finally went to go click into it, it's like, who
Warner Brothers?
Yeah, Warner Brothers is like, no, and pulled the video. I should have known right then and there, there's no way anything good is coming from this.
And nothing good. There was not one redeemable thing about that show, that trailer.
No.
Not one. Not one.
I'm trying to think.
Other than saying that the actresses are attractive, there's nothing.
Yeah, Buttercup was cute.
Yeah. There's nothing appealing about that trailer whatsoever.
Even the house didn't even look like the house from the cartoon.
And the acting was bad.
Yeah.
Like, Donald Faison is a good actor. His lines were terrible.
Yeah.
The way he was performing his lines was absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it was just all around bad. It was just all around bad. Shame.
There was nothing good there.
And why is the little girl still the villain again? Like, they're adults now.
Yeah.
They could have at least made what's her name? Princess?
Right.
Yeah. Like, grown up and, been the villain or something. It looked terrible.
Everything was terrible.
But again, I'm a gluttony for punishment. I watch terrible movies.
I don't. I would never.
I love terrible, especially at the fire station. I love putting on terrible movies. Like, me and Nick that used to be like our thing. We would like go on Tubi and find like awful movies like Shark House.
I never watched anything on Tubi ever.
Neither have I.
Dude, first of all, you don't go to Tubi for great movies. You're getting terrible movies. Like, there's a movie called The Hungover Games. And we watched it like 12 times. Just because, like, it's just, first of all, anytime you're watching those like terrible movies,
right.
The acting's horrible, the plot is terrible, the CGI is going to be even worse. But there's going to be some lewd scenes, and that's it.
Right.
That's the saving grace for some of those movies. Like,
I've literally never even turned on Tubi before.
I mean, Shark House is hands down one of the worst, because the shark was swimming in the pipes of the house, and it would come out of like different holes and eat the people.
Who comes up with this stuff? Like, how do I get a job doing this? Like, can I write something that's stupid?
Absolutely.
Just to get, like...
anybody can make a Tubi movie.
Oh, man.
There's one called Crack-Coon, which the raccoon was on crack, and it was a lot better than Meth Gator. Meth Gator was the worst.
Meth Gator. Yeah.
Meth Gator was horrible. There was no redeeming quality to Meth Gator.
Bruh.
The fact that you were saying these words and they actually mean something is like,
Meth
what?
Gator.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Cocaine Bear started them all.
Oh, yeah. Just like Sharknado.
Yeah. But like, Crack-Coon had like there's just like this random scene of this girl taking a shower for like 10 minutes. And you're like, why? They're like, they had nothing left to do with this movie. They were just like, let's just throw this in there because we know our movie's terrible.
Do they get paid good to do these movies?
I'm not going to say good.
I doubt it.
They get paid. Probably not good.
They probably get paid as much as I did to wrestle.
A hot dog and a handshake.
That's it.
Hey. Sometimes a good hot dog hits the spot.
They were not good hot dogs. They were definitely boiled.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's no way. Obviously, they canceled it, so there's no way they thought that anybody would watch more than one episode of this show.
Yeah.
No. And they actually tried to do some damage control, if you want to say. Talking about, this wasn't an approved trailer. This is one that just got leaked that we probably sent out to a outsourced company who threw it together, and it would have never made it past our review process.
I don't care. Y'all filmed them scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's offensive enough.
Those scenes were filmed.
Yeah.
Regardless of the context and order they were put in, those scenes were filmed.
I watched the original pilot episode not too long ago to Powerpuff Girls, and it was a whole different mayor. I don't know if y'all remember that. So,
I honestly can't remember.
It was the episode where I think we spoke about it before, where Fuzzy Lumpkins had like a cannon that would turn everything into meat. And he turned one of Bubbles' ponytails into meat
into a chick. It was a drumstick,
yeah,
wasn't it?
And she beat the crap out of him, and then like she chopped his leg off.
I can't remember all of it, but I know
she turned him into a steak or a burger, and then fed him to the mayor. So
I gotta go back and watch that.
Powerpuff Girls were ruthless, man.
Oh, they was always ruthless.
That whole thing was just bad. Yeah, shame on CW Network.
I want to know. I want to be a writer in some of these rooms.
Yeah,
because nobody in the room is like, "Hey, everyone, this is an awful idea. like this is terrible." Like, then no one says this.
I'm sure someone did, but it was probably some guy that's low on the totem pole that's like, "This is terrible," and they're like, "No, you don't. You just don't know anything. You don't know the industry. We'll show you."
Yeah. Yeah, so I just, think about how many people it had to actually go through to get the okay to actually start filming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had to go through the writers, the
producers, the TV show. They had to get the okay and get money from somebody.
They had to give the actors a script. And they looked at this and was like, yeah, this is it.
I wonder what generation, like, of the producer, like, was it like a boomer? Was it someone older that didn't really know about Powerpuff Girls? Because you think Powerpuff Girls came out, almost 25 years ago?
They came up around 2000, somewhere around
there. So,
there.
like, you would think, like, okay, at this point, like, who was running Cartoon Network back then? So they had to been, like, obviously an older generation. So, like, whoever's running the CW Network has to be a Gen Xer or maybe a millennial or something. You would think, and I know millennials watch Powerpuff Girls because we're millennials. So you would think, like you said, who would give the green light for that? Like, what millennial, if they're running CW, would give the green light for that, knowing that's not how that's supposed to be?
I don't know.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I'm still, like Quentin said, you had to go to somebody,
correct,
and say, "This is my idea for the Powerpuff Girls," and someone had to listen to that idea and be like, "Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it."
So CW has confirmed that the footage is real, but this particular trailer is not official, which is what you basically said. So again, I don't care if the trailer was real or not. The footage was bad.
Yeah, that's actual footage. Yeah. So regardless of, like I said, it don't matter what order the trailer was made and how it was cut and anything like that. That is stuff that you actually recorded.
So apparently they announced this in 2020, but it was canceled in 2023. So that's 3 years.
Right.
That people had a chance to look back and be like, nah, let's not do this. Like, I mean, I'm glad it was canceled, but the fact that it made it that far is amazing to me. So
they didn't even show them fly or anything.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
And it was terrible.
They showed Blossom flying at the beginning.
It showed them taking off from the yard, and it looked terrible.
See, that's how bad it was. That's how bad it was that I didn't even know that they even flew. That's how bad it was.
And was that the mayor that Blossom was flirting with in the end?
Yep, that was
and then
JoJo.
Said, we're even. You killed his dad. Man. No, the more I think about it, the worse it gets.
That's what I'm saying. The more you get into it, the worse it gets.
Yeah, it was just like it was just all around bad. So just
everything was terrible.
Yeah, I'm good off it now. Like, I wish I was 3 minutes I can get back, but unfortunately I can't. So